When somebody has Alzheimer's, dementia, or memory loss, the routine changes, and basically it's not a routine anymore. Daily life becomes something completely different. Those of us who are fortunate not to have Alzheimer's or dementia or memory loss, we understand our body automatically goes into certain routines, from waking up in the morning to personal hygiene. Some of these folks forget personal hygiene. Some of them forget what the toilet is for. Some of them forget and use, I had one woman describe that she just had to learn to follow her husband around the house with a mop. Didn't know where he was going to urinate next. And somebody who's not witnessed that was so powerful of an image. And trying to get their loved one to take a shower, sometimes it'd be weeks, because the person with Alzheimer's, well, I just had one yesterday. And someone described that sometimes the world of an Alzheimer's patient is no further than the placemat at the table. When they get to a certain point. And one night at dinner, I sat there trying to imagine not being able to see beyond my world of a placemat. And therein lies, I guess, the loss of communication. So many of these caregivers talked about they miss so much a simple conversation. And it was a struggle getting a person to respond at all, or you would tell them something and 5 minutes later they've forgotten. I think some people hesitate getting involved in a support group because they have a stereotype of support groups and thinking that everybody's going to have big grand confessions and it's almost a competition, or they don't want to share things. But in the support groups that I watched, when these folks let their guard down, when they talked about how they were affected by Alzheimer's, then the person would say, yeah, that's what we're going through. And there is a connection that they were able to share. Well, here's what I'm doing. Well, okay, let me try that for a while. Alzheimer's families don't ask for much. They really don't. They ask sometimes for somebody to listen. They ask for somebody or family members or neighbors or friends to not deny what is happening to their loved one. I'll just never forget the woman who started crying in the support group meeting because her daughter was berating her, saying, Mom, you're the one with the problem. Dad's fine. And that just tore me up inside. That where is that connection there? When did we stop believing what our own family tells us and what our own family witnesses? And granted, these folks too, some of them could put on an Academy Award-winning performance. They can put it on for the weekend the kids are visiting, or they can put it on for the 15 minutes at the doctor's office, or for the quick little social gathering. But I tell you, I've seen them at meetings interacting, the folks with Alzheimer's or dementia, and then when they're done, I've seen the change in their face. They can relax again because they've been working so hard to participate. And it's even sadder when they can't, when they don't have that voice anymore and they don't have that spark of recognition. That is so painful, and that's what I witnessed in one family that I've become very, very close to. I can see the change in him, that he realizes what he doesn't remember, and I watched him cry. He may not remember what he's supposed to remember, but he understands he's forgotten something very important, like a child's name. And witnessing that, that's never, that image is never going to leave me.